Well, hello everybody and happy Sunday morning. It's April. It's a whole new month, y'all. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful start to your Sunday. Glad to have you. Hope your day is going well. Hope you're in good health and good cheer. And above all, I'm just glad that you're here. That totally rhymes. But congratulations to Farito Burrito on first. Good morning to you. Hope your day's going well so far. Blabster, hello to you. Good morning. Good morning to everybody as they come trickling in this morning. Blabster, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Apologies, I'm a little allergy, like sinusy throat thing going on this morning. I feel totally fine. It's just kind of morning stuff. But good morning, KT. Glad to see you, friend. Hope you're having a good Sunday as well. It has been a busy week, everybody. I don't know if you've been keeping up on the Discord. People have been kind of popping in and posting what they've been up to this week. It sounds like everybody's been kind of busy this week. We had people like moving people. We had people doing lots of work stuff. KT's doing some scouts projects here, heading out to a trail to organize a work project for the scouts. Awesome. Well, have fun with that. Good luck. Hopefully it all goes smoothly with no hiccups along the way. But yeah, the weather here has been kind of all over the place. It's like the last little bit of rainstorm kind of came through. So we had a little bit more rain after the last month of pretty much nonstop rain. Starting to feel like the Pacific Northwest, honestly. I forgot what the sun looked like. Farito, you start your job today. That is awesome. Congratulations. I hope your first day goes well. I hope that it's not too tedious. Usually the first day is kind of the whole, they show you the ropes, they give you orientation and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully it's not too tedious and you get to take some breaks, but very exciting. We'd love to hear back from you about how that first day goes and then the first week and kind of as you start settling in there. Thankfully it's sunny after raining yesterday. Yeah, no, same here. It was nice yesterday. It was a nice warm day. We got to open the house up, kind of let it breathe. It was great. Allie, good morning to you. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Glad to see ya. But yeah, so it was actually quite comfortably warm. I want to say it probably hit the low 70s here, which for where I live in California, this is really bizarre weather right now. We're still seeing low temperatures overnight and first thing in the morning to get into the 30s right now. And highs are only hitting maybe 60, 65 at most. This time of year, it's not uncommon for us to see temps up into the 90s already, like little spikes of high temps. And so it's been really bizarre that the entire month of March, I don't think we broke 70 degrees the entire month. It was weird. But April is shaping up to be a little bit warmer, a little bit more spring-like, and I'm really looking forward to that because, well, I don't like the sun itself. I do like the outdoors, and I'm pretty temperature sensitive. We've talked about this a lot on stream, that if it's too cold, I'm uncomfortable. If it's too hot, I'm uncomfortable. So right now, spring, that's kind of that sweet spot where I can go outdoors and enjoy the sunshine a little bit. So that's good. You're in the mid 80s. Yeah. You're down in Florida, I think you said. So kind of similar in terms of warmer spring for you guys usually. If I could, I'd send you guys 20 degrees. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not crying that it's not 90 degrees because 90, that goes way above my comfort level. Anything about 80 is pretty much, that's summer as far as I'm concerned. So Allie and Blabs are both in Florida. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully it's not been too humid to go along with those 80s. Hopefully it's a pleasant mid 80s. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a sunnier, slightly warmer, less wet spring. That will be nice. Finally have a break from the 10th to the 14th if you want to visit my area again. Oh, General, we should hook up. That sounds like a fantastic idea. Actually, I've been planning to get over to your neck of the woods, and I think we will have to meet up. The nacho place, man, I'm telling you. Primo. Wolf Buttercup, good morning to you. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Glad to see you. All right, so I've already been chatting up a storm, but we do have some work to do today. In fact, before we shift over, I want you guys to be able to see this. I've been going around in my head over and over about ideas for this build project because you guys know it was kind of farmers market on Tuesday. Okay, that may need to happen. I need to go to the farmers market in your area. We'll talk off stream. So I've been really bouncing around ideas in my head. You guys know that I've kind of been trying to get something a little more than just our main island mosaic with our two dragons. I wanted to expand the build beyond that ring that we built. And I'm thinking to myself, we talked about the Enderman statues. Well, at first, my plan was to have them kind of under the portals, like holding the portals up. And then I'm like, no, because if you look at an Enderman, if they ever pick up a block, they've got their rigid, straight arms out in front of them, and they have that block kind of down around their lap area. So I'm like, okay, we need to change the design. So pardon my disgusting chicken scratch here, because I literally just like threw this idea on the paper. So if you look right there, basically the way it's going to be is our Endermen are going to be big and tall standing up. They're going to be on a lower ring below the main mosaic right here in the middle. So this is our main mosaic. We're going to have stairs leading down all the way around the ring that basically mirror the ones that are going up to our portals. And then so this will be staircases leading up to the portals that the Endermen will be holding. They'll be holding it as if it's like a block in their hands. And they'll be super tall standing up above the ring here. In this ring right here, this will be our upper ring that joins all of our portals. So we'll actually have 3 levels for our end island, and then the Enderman kind of ringing all the way around as well. My manic mom scribbly begins. Generally, you have no idea. It was one of those like, oh my God, I know this is how this is supposed to look. And I like grabbed for the nearest implement and paper I could find, which luckily was a big piece of paper. Napkins have happened, people. Okay. Because with the ADHD in the brain, it's like this all the time. And every once in a while, I can snag an idea out of there. And when I do, I have to put it on paper. Otherwise, it's gone again. And that's it. I mean, this is why we have the pad arsenal here, is because I always need to have sticky notes laying around. And, you know, I have to be able to get the thoughts on paper. I use graph paper or isometric paper. Yeah, so Wolf, I usually do. Usually if I'm doing Minecraft sketches, I use graph paper because it's a great way to get your block scale set up and you can adjust as you need. But I literally was like, I need what's right here in front of me right now, because by the time I go get my graph paper, I will have forgotten it. So yeah, that was the reason for that. All right, so to that end, speaking of inspiration, you will notice that I have a new skin. I saw this on Pinterest. And I went on Skindex because I'm like, I need to find this skin. And I figure that we're doing this whole duality of fire and water. And so I needed to find a similar skin. And to go along with that, I'm looking at these colors that this person used. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's our block palette right there. So our block palette is going to mirror my skin right now. And I'm thinking about making some changes to the way we have our dragons. Because originally my idea was just going to be black concrete and lava. And that would be it. Maybe lava bucket glasses since lava watchers. Oh, that would be fun. I'll have to work on that. That would be really cool. I'll have to see how I can edit the skin. But so instead of just doing flowing lava, I really want to incorporate those different colors, that red, the orange, the yellow. I want to have all that. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to incorporate like some red concrete, some yellow concrete, some yellow powder, you know, maybe some terracotta colors just to give it a little more muted, kind of fluctuating tone. And then having some lava like running through, like little veins of lava running through all that. So we get that kind of movement and that light and shimmer and stuff. And then on the water side, or what would have been our black concrete, doing some blue speckled throughout in like different colors, and maybe some like streams of water running through the dragon. Excuse me. So the black concrete being the main body of the dragon, but then having like these like finger tendrils running through to give us that blue color. And that'll help kind of incorporate both colors, some lights into the scheme because we can use those sea lanterns. We'll be using yellow frog lights for the fire type colors in the rings. I'm debating if I want to do one ring be water and one ring be fire, or if I want to have them kind of flowing within each other going around. I worry that would become too chaotic because all these different colors, but we'll have to play around with it and see. But that's where the brainstorming's been of late. There's been a lot of brainstorming happening. All right, so let's go ahead and sleep real quick. And because when we sleep, we drink, it's a great way to start off stream. Everybody grab your cups and hydrate. All right. I use creative and then Lightmatic or just wing it, though I can't build to save my life. I'll stick with technical. Blabster, that's me. I'll probably be building in survival just because I hate doing work twice because I'm lazy. But I'm definitely someone who will build something, hate it, tear it down, and then rebuild it. Because I need that first, it's like the ugly pancake that you throw away. Yeah, it's the same thing, same type of thing. I have to have the ugly build to like figure out what I want to change. So that's what we'll be doing. All right, so real quick, before we head out to the end, let me show you guys what I've been working on off stream. Doing a little mental health therapy type stuff. And then also when I can't move my neck for stream because I can't turn and look at the other screen, I build on my world just because I still want to play block game. So what I've been doing is I've been working on getting rid of this river around our squid farm. And you guys can see I've been mining away, digging out this squid farm. I know it's not necessary, but I just felt like it'd be a lot of fun to have like everything leading right down to our squid farm. So I have a few levels left here to do, a little bit over there in the corner. There's a cave, a gigantic cave underneath here. There's also, unfortunately, directly below our squid farm is a big underwater cave. And I'm talking massive, probably 50, 60 blocks deep. And I'm like, I think I'm just not gonna worry about it because I made an AFK tower about 80 blocks up, which makes it where it's not rendering in too much below the farm. Spawn rate's still not spectacular. But that being said, I also haven't finished getting rid of all the water here. So all this area here, I've been filling in with dirt. Over here, we've got a big underwater cave area as well that I'm going to kind of ignore all this over here, but I am going to fill this in. I'm going to come over here and obviously fill this upper area. Again, there's another cave here. The cave actually leads right down this way into that big giant underwater area. There are many mobs, many mobs, but I chose to ignore them. Same thing over there. This leads down into underwater water cave. I'm ignoring that, and we're going to fill all this in with dirt as well. I have blown through about 8 double chests of dirt filling in. I was doing the sponges over here where we did the actual farm area, and like as I was clearing out the water, because if you guys remember, this was all river and underwater cave area here. I used sponge to do a lot of the draining here, which was fine, but it's a very tedious process, and in the same amount of time that it takes me to drop the sand, drain the water, clean up the sponges, dry off the sponges, and come back and do the next section, I could have filled in the whole thing with dirt and been done with it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Plus then I don't have to worry about mobs spawning down in these lower areas, which was something I was concerned about and still kind of am, honestly. I don't want to deal with mobs spawning around my farm, but eventually I'll go back and light it up. So there you go. That's what I've been working on off stream, and it's nice. And you can see, this is part of the issue. These guys are all spawning right over here, right next to the farm. So that's why we got to get rid of this, and then I turn down my render distance to like 2 while I'm up in the AFK, which helps as well. It locks everything right kind of in this section right here. Basically, this is the cutoff, which is nice. But yeah, hopefully getting rid of all this water will help. We'll see. But that's where we are right now. When I started digging this out, this was where the ground was. So you guys can see how much I've been digging over the last couple of days off stream. Much dig. And I'm repurposing all the dirt, which is good. Because, recycling. It's good for the environment. In-game and IRL. Alrighty, let's go ahead and head over to the end. Try not to smack in anything. I did that one day. I flew in and I hit one of these lanterns and it knocked me down like 3 hearts. Whoopsie, my bad. But anyway. So as I was saying, busy week in my world. Love to hear what you guys have been up to in your neck of the woods. If there's anything fun and exciting happening, or if you've been doing school stuff, finals, whatever. Love to hear about it. You guys all know I really enjoy catching up with the community and seeing what people have been up to. You guys matter a lot to me and to the other community members, and so it's nice when we can all just kind of share and discuss, and when someone needs a little shoulder, we're here for that too. It's kind of nice. Alrighty, we're gonna hop on in here and let's see. So when we left off, we were working on our upper ring here. We got a good amount of it done. We still need to get rid of all the obby pillars underneath here. As you can see, all these need to go. We have all the obby above the ring that we're working on. That's got to go. And then once we finish all that, then we start building. it's going to be a bit of a grind, folks. If you haven't already figured that out, it is definitely going to be a bit of a grind. But the good thing is that it leaves plenty of time for chit-chatting and catching up and just hanging out, which is nice. You're not going to respawn the dragon, correct? No, so we have respawned the dragon 20 times already, so we are done with that. Do I not have any endstone? Oh, heck. I thought I had endstone, but apparently I do not. So, let me check down here in the house. Do we have any endstone in the house? That's stuff. That is stuff. Oh, we are out of endstone. Well, okay. So the question is, do I go ahead and start mining away the outer part, because we have to anyway, or do I go back to the house and I get endstone and then we just clear away stuff later? It seems logical to just go ahead and start clearing away stuff, because we're going to have to do it anyway. I mean, really, we have this big, huge section over here. We might as well. Like all this outer island right here, all this. This is all fair for the taking. Endermen are having a day over there. All right, let's see what we can do with this. I know we had on the other side the little section that we cleared away because there was a little floating island that we need to deal with. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, no, respawning the dragon, that was why we did the 20 dragon fights back to back to back, was because I did not want to deal with doing all this exhaustive work only to have the dragon ruin everything. It just didn't seem logical to me. So that's why we went ahead and did that. We got all the advancements that we needed to off the dragon fight, like looking at it through spyglass. We got the dragon egg one, we got the respawn one, and I don't remember, I think there was one more, but we got all those, so we're good. All right, I need to drop down so I can get underneath that little thing there. Let's drop here. Okay, we should be good there. So let's just pillar straight across. Oh, I hate this. Absolutely friggin' hate this. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't like it. Don't like it. Do not look down, ladies and gentlemen. It's scary. Some of these blocks we're going to lose because I'm literally just going to let them fall into the void, because I'm not going to deal with making another bridge back underneath it. Like these ones out here. If I catch them after I mine them, great. If I don't care. Because right now it's really more important to just get rid of them. And yeah, we can make some sacrifices to the void. Alrighty. I'm lucky in that we don't have a ton of these little islands off to the outside. Most of the main island is pretty, like, contained. So many blocks lost. Oh, there's actually another row here. Oh, look at that. Okay. You, we sacrifice. It's not worth it to me. Yep, that's it. Okay, so now we just go backwards. We get rid of these blocks. I don't even care. I'm not mining them close to my feet. I don't trust myself. So we'll just get rid of all those. We can pick up the ones that are falling down below. That's fine. These guys are good. Okay, cool. So that is done. Let's go ahead and mine this back. So I have like a little staircase coming in. All right. So today, if you guys are not aware, today is April 2nd. And in the US, it is Autism Awareness Day. So I want to give a big shout out to all the folks here in the community who are on the spectrum, or those who have loved ones on the spectrum. I just want you to know that I think you're awesome, and I appreciate all of the amazing things that you bring to our chat and our community, because I know a lot of folks in our chat are neurodivergent, but it adds such an element of awesomeness that I cannot begin to describe. And I love that we have folks here in the community that are comfortable with just being themselves here. And they bring so much to the discussions and so much to just our community as a whole. So thank you for being here. You are seen, you are valid, you are supported, and you are loved. And I hope that in this community, you always feel welcome and supported, because that's what we strive for here. Are you coming to check out the work, dude? Could you not like walk right in front of me though? That would be great. Thanks. And in fact, April is Autism Awareness Month. Today is just the actual celebration day, which is really cool. There's a whole thing that you can take your porch lights and put blue lights in, and it's a great way to show support for the autism community, which is very nice. All right, let's see here. What else can we clear? Let's just keep doing this. Let's just keep doing this stair step thing because that makes it easier to get up and down in a pinch. And like I said, we got to mine all this away anyway. It's all got to come down because basically all we're going to have is basically where our green ring is there. There's going to be the lower ring that our Endermen are standing on. And then everything else is going to be gone. We'll have that ring that the Endermen are standing on we'll have like spokes that lead into our center portal. And then we'll have a box underneath that for spawning our wither skeletons. No, wither skeletons. Our withers. I can word. And that'll be like an obsidian box. I'm going to change that all out so it's obsidian because then we don't have to worry about any blast damage or anything like that messing up our build because that's not something I want to deal with. If we're doing all this work, I'm not going to have it screwed up because of other game mechanics. That is not okay. I can't believe I just mined straight down. That is really dumb. I need to not do that. Alrighty, so we're just going to kind of work in sections here, chunk away. We're going to keep working on getting rid of this end island. Oh, God, just hopping towards that edge. Just, no. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so what have we got over here? We've got nothing there, so this is a sacrifice block. That's a sacrifice block. I'm basically just sacrificing these blocks to clear the edge. Oh, good God. Okay, this one I can mine straight down. That one's fine. Oh, goodness gracious me. I hate doing this. I know I'm perfectly safe because I have an elytra that has plenty of durability, but oh my God. It's so scary. And I probably shouldn't do things like that either, huh? That's probably not smart. Okay. Oh, that one I pick up. Go figure. Oh, I kind of want to do it, but I'm not gonna. Because I'm not crazy. All right, let's fly away and up. And come back around. All right, so yeah, you see how little progress we've made right now. That little tiny bit of progress is all we've done so far. Yeah, definitely anxiety inducing. I fully concur, KT. It very much is. Anytime that I'm working around the void, I don't like it. Let me see, where is my durability? Okay, yeah, durability's okay. We need to keep up on that. Pretty much anytime we have to fly, we need to check it and make sure we're not using a bunch. Because you know that there's going to be times where we have to fly away to avoid Endermen. Westerward Boss, welcome in for the first time to the chat. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Things are going well today. We're working on just grinding away some blocks on our end island here because they got to get removed anyway, and we need the blocks to build our central ring that we're going to be working on for our big mosaic project coming up. Yeah, but today is just kind of a grindy, chatty kind of stream. So feel free to stay in the chat and talk with folks, or just lurk, listen, and watch if that's more your style. We're just glad you're here and hope you're having a great day. You have a void allergy too. Yeah, and you know, that's understandable. It's kind of death-inducing, so we'd like to avoid it if at all possible. But the void being what it is, what is this? Hold on, we must explore. What is this? Is this like a cave inside here? Oh, it's a cave. Oh, okay. All right. That's interesting. Okay, well, we'll explore that later. I'm sure we'll find it as we're mining blocks away. But right now, this is fine. Okay, so we've made some stairs here. And let me see. I think we'll go ahead and we'll get rid of the wall up here. And we will start mining all this away. We'll just kind of start making this stair step all the way around and down, kind of to our lowest point. And then, oop. Yeah, I'm going to put that back. I have a thing about having holes where I'm digging out because I don't like the idea of falling into one of the holes. So I will literally go through and fill a hole even though I will be mining out 2 minutes later. I'm weird like that. What can I say? All right, let's get rid of all this wall. We're going to push this whole corner back and get rid of it. And yeah, we'll just finish this section. That'll be good because then we'll work on this next section later. It's like I'm dropping a bunch too. I can see the red dots behind me. All right. Pick up all the wall here. All right, what does it look like underneath me here? Okay, so I have some that I can work with here, so let's get rid of that. This is terrifying. I absolutely hate it. I'm far less anxious this time around, though, than I have been in the past when I'm doing stuff in the Void. Something about having beat the dragon 20 times, I'm a lot less scared of the end in general than I used to be. It used to be just coming to the end would terrify me. Like full on anxiety attack, shaking, couldn't focus. It was bad, but I've gotten a lot better now. And now that I've gotten to where I'm more comfortable just with my Elytra in general, that helps a lot. Because it used to be, you guys remember when I was playing on the Xbox controller, Elytra Flight, not smooth at all when you're using the Xbox controller. You don't get the nice turn radius that you do with mouse and keyboard, and stopping is a lot more difficult. Definitely not the finesse that you need. Congrats, I still got 18 fights to go. Yeah, so we did that over the course of like 3 streams. We did the 19 dragon fights. Because of course we did the first one back in the day, you know, when we got our Elytra and all that good stuff. But this one was for all the money, so we could finish up all the portals and be able to start our project without having to worry about a dragon respawn coming back later and destroying everything. Friend of the community, Switchback Mongo, he did that where he had done his build and then had to respawn the dragon to get an advancement, and it like totally destroyed his build project. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to have all that work put into it and then have to destroy it. That would be really sad and I would be super bummed. Because for me, my build projects are extremely like, I'm very attached to my build projects. I put a little bit of myself into them every time, and to have to lose one and have to rebuild it would really suck. Just learning to use my wings, it's kind of hard on a phone. Oh yeah, blessings. If you play on Pocket Edition, oh my gosh. I've played on Pocket Edition before with my kids. This was way back when, like, oh God, maybe like 115, 116, maybe. And oh, I was so bad. I was so bad. I could not get my fingers coordinated to do things for the life of me. Became attached to your builds. Yeah, well, I mean, if it's like a big build and you spend a lot of time working on it, it's easy to get attached to it. You know, you put a little of yourself into your projects when you're doing big builds, and even the small ones. You know, when you build your first starter house, it's like, oh, that was my first house, and there's this, you know, sentimental value there. Griefing is my greatest server fear. Yes, that's one thing. I don't play on servers that allow griefing because I have seen too many times where something like that has happened, where someone thinks it's funny to mess with somebody else's build and people's feelings just get hurt and people are upset, and there's just no need for that kind of thing. If that's your jam and you like to be destructive on servers, find a server where that's allowed and go to town. But if it's not, please don't be that person. That's not cool. People work really hard on their projects, and there's nothing worse than logging in and all your stuff's been stolen or your base has been destroyed or whatever. I had that issue a lot on the last server I worked on or played on. People would come into my base to trade with my villagers and would like not ask. They would just like, they would literally fly in because I had the whole place fenced and we had like claims and stuff like that. They would fly in because they could circumnavigate the claims of, you know, not being able to open doors and gates and stuff. And it's like, that's not okay. Like, don't do that. That's like a form of griefing as far as I'm concerned. It's breaking and entering people. It's a crime. Alrighty, so we're going to continue on here. No! Rude. All right, so we're just going to do a whole lot of this today. We're going to be breaking these outer perimeter blocks as much as possible. Try to get rid of as many as we can, and in doing so, collecting them to use for our platform, because we got to get our platform done before we can move on to the actual build process. Although I have to say the build process is going to be substantially different now that we're doing a different palette, and we're not making it as simple as we originally planned. So it will be interesting. Okay, we're just going to do this, and then I'm going to... Oh, darn. I'm going to carefully fly down and pick up as many of these blocks as I can. You stay away from my block. That's my block. That's not your block. It's my block. Nope, I'm not looking at you. Don't you make me look at you. Not okay. Not okay. Stop that. All right, now, here's what we're going to do. This guy over here, he's standing on a block. I don't know how... it's not worth it. I was saying we could mine that out and make him fall, but no, it's not worth it. He's just too far up. It's not worth it. If he was like 1 block up, totally worth it, and I would 100% do it. Okay, so we've got a little quorum of Endermen hanging out up in here. What's up, guys? How's it going? What you guys up to? Doing anything fun and exciting? No? Okay. Is this open? Yeah, open-ish. Okay, good to know. I only played 1 server with Griefing. It was a PvP server, and a person blew my house up, so I took his entire base, all of it. They died to fall damage because they were standing ground level. Well, that's one way to get back at them, I suppose. Nothing like a little retaliation, right? All right, so let's fly on up here to the platform. Don't make me look at you. I'm not looking. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep working on placing platform now. That way our inventory doesn't get too overloaded. And let's go ahead and get this going real quick. I've been doing so much block placing with all the dirt and everything. Left them only bedrock. Yeah, well, that's, like I said, that's one way to retaliate. You take my base, I take yours, I guess. Okay, seriously? Yeah, so I have been placing a ton of blocks and mining a ton of blocks off stream, doing that river project. And holy cow. I had no idea how much time I could burn just doing something like that. You just get into this zone and this vibe of placing blocks and stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, look, I've been at this for 6 hours, and you don't even realize that like IRL time is passing because you just get in like this Zen mode of placing blocks, and it's just crazy. But the good thing is that I got a lot of the river filled in, so yay. I'm glad for that. All right, let's do that. All right. And let's finish placing around here, and then I'll mine out the obsidian. And we'll fill that in so it's a flat platform, just like we did on the other side. All right. And while we're doing that, we'll take a quick stretch because I don't have to move for this part, which is nice. And thank goodness for beacons. Haste 2 all the way if you're mining obsidian. I really think I'm going to include some obsidian into our dragon. Even though we're going more for a water look, I feel like this is going to break up the texture of the dragon a little bit to like almost give it like a scaly type look. Because the flat black of the black concrete, I think is just going to be too one-dimensional and going to be kind of boring. So I think this will help kind of break it up a little bit. And to go along with that, probably a little bit of like blackstone, like some textured blackstone type stuff might be good. I want a lot of texture and movement in our dragons. I want it to literally look like they're kind of swirling around each other. And in order to do that, we have to have blocks with some movement. They can't be flat one-dimensional blocks. So that'll be interesting. I also have to figure out on our Endermen a way to make their eyes glow from within. I'm thinking we're going to do like magenta glass. Like stained glass, and then put maybe some like purple frog lights behind them or something like that, so that way we get like a nice glow from their eyes. But I'm not sure. I have to play around with that. And ultimately I have to figure out how tall they're going to be, because like I mentioned before, basically this is going to be like their waist height, and then they'll be standing on platforms below, so they're going to be pretty darn tall in order to be holding the platforms there. So we'll see how that works. I may end up making I may end up making the lower platform be even with this one, and then do another platform underneath for our portal ring, if you will. Because like I said, we're going to be doing kind of like a spoked wheel type look for that. But I have to figure that out. I'm not sure what I'm going to use for that. It's going to be a lot of work, you guys. I mean, this is... I wanted this to be a project done by 5,000 days. I don't think that's going to happen, honestly. I really don't. I think there is a really solid chance this is going to go towards 6,000 days in terms of being completed, just because we have so much grind to do, so much of the island to have to clear by hand. I don't want to use TNT because I don't want to take a chance of destroying work we've already done. So yeah, it's just going to be mega grind. And Quick Scythe, good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Hope you've had a pleasant week. Love to catch up with you if you're so inclined to share what you've been up to this week. Speaking of this week, that reminds me. So, if you guys were looking on the Discord, I went to start a load of laundry on Friday morning, as I do. Friday is my towel washing day. And I'm getting ready to start doing a workout in our home gym, and there's this sound, and I'm like, what the actual heck is that sound? I had never heard my washer make this noise before. And I'm like, what is that? So I rush in, stop it, can't figure out what the sound is. So long story short, had to make 2 trips to the laundromat to not only do the towels, but also just household laundry in general. Which, let me tell you, there has not ever been a time suck like sitting at a laundromat. Like, oh my God, just sitting there. And of course, they've got a TV on, like in the corner of the room, and it's too loud. And it's TV shows that no one actually wants to watch. And there's no way to control it. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm in purgatory. I'm in actual purgatory. And between that and all the washers and dryers going and everything, it's just like, oh, stimulation overload. But yeah, I there's something about being at the laundromat that I lose half a day when I'm there. Even though it doesn't take more than a couple hours to like run everything through washer and dryer, it feels like I'm there half the day. And then when I get home, I'm like, well, now I'm not motivated to do anything. At least the laundry is folded, so there's that. So anyway, but thank you to Wolf and Quickscythe. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys are here. It's always nice to have new folks join the community, especially those who are of a more mature persuasion, such as myself. It's nice to have a community of folks who have a mutual appreciation for the block game and just like to kind of hang out and chat and like a little more low-key stream. A lot of Minecraft streams tend to be very high energy. And while we can get that way, I like that it's pretty chill. I saw a laundromat with karaoke. That was interesting. Okay, so while that's not my jam, kudos to the owner of the laundromat for having that kind of initiative to give the customers something to do to like entertain themselves. Because, oh my gosh, like I said, to have to sit and listen to a lame TV show that I didn't want to watch in the middle of a weekday was just, oh, it was a special kind of torture. So, I mean, honestly, at that point, karaoke, I probably would have broken things up a little bit better and I wouldn't have like hated my time there nearly as much. Denise Laureen, welcome in. I hope you're having a pleasant Sunday. Glad to have you. Welcome into the chat for the first time. And if you'd like to keep talking with folks, you're welcome to do so. But if you'd rather just kind of hang out in the background and lurk and listen and watch, that's totally fine too. Just glad you're here and hope you're having a lovely Sunday. And Zoe, good morning to you, my friend. If I ran a laundromat, I'd have half be an arcade. See, something like that. Multi-purpose the space a little bit to where people have room to work, you know, if they need the tables for folding their laundry and that type of thing, chairs to sit, and then something to occupy them because, oh my gosh. After a while, I got tired of staring at my phone. I'm like, I gotta do something else. And I just would kind of like get up and walk around the room because I just needed to like break up the monotony of it. It's not for me. Excuse me, the ADHD brain does not help either. Exactly. Well, and true, if you consider from a business perspective, that's a great idea to earn a few extra coins for yourself too. Because the coin machines are usually right there. You know, the laundromats have the coin machines. So they're already right there. People are like, oh, I could throw a couple more bucks in there and go play a game. Sure. So you as a business owner are getting a few more bucks off those machines every time someone plays. Seems pretty logical to me. Just saying. I don't even have my business degree yet, but it makes sense to me. But yeah, that was a good chunk of my weekend. I had my Aikido classes, of course. Have a bunch of new students right now, which I just love. It's so much fun having new folks, have them come in and be able to expose them to the art and get them up and running and stuff, learning some of the basics. It's so nice. I get money, they stay not bored, everyone away. Yeah, exactly. It's a win-win situation across the board. You have the initial capital investment of having to purchase the machines or rent the machines or however that works. I don't know. But you figure you make that back probably in no time flat, you know, once people get going. You just have to worry about the maintenance on them. That's something that can always be an issue, especially if people are being rough. But, you know, it could be definitely worthwhile. Very cost efficient. But yeah, so martial arts class this weekend. Next week is a big week. Kid 2, my middle kid, is getting their official black belt this weekend, or next weekend, I should say. They already are a junior black belt because they were under the age of 16 when they got it. They had to wait till they were 16 to get their full full-fledged black belt. So they'll be getting that next week, which is going to be very exciting. We have a whole presentation that we do, and it's a big deal. And then we have food, which is always nice. Gotta love food. So we'll be doing that next week. And so we were kind of getting some stuff ready this week for that. Yeah, no, it's very exciting. And it's funny, actually, today is the 7th anniversary since my kid's first Aikido class. Kid 2 and Kid 3 started back when they were 9 and 6 respectively. And Kid 2 stayed and kept training, got their black belt. Kid 3 did not. And they've come back a couple of times, kind of popped in here and there, but it's just not really their thing. And that's fine. I respect that. But it was really cool looking back on, Facebook shows you on this day you posted this thing, and seeing the videos of them at their first training session is just absolutely adorable. And they're small and they don't know what they're doing, but they're so cute. Welcome in, Firestar. Glad to see you on what is apparently a very early Sunday for you. Hope you're off to a good start today. Hope you're feeling okay. Star, you as well. Welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely day today. Give me just 1 second. I'm checking one thing over here for a sec. Okay. We're good. How's the music level for you guys today, by the way? I want to make sure everybody's at a comfortable level and it's not too loud for anyone or too quiet. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's grab some more blocks here. We're going to continue on the ring, getting it all filled in. Busy getting Kelly settled in here, so I'll be in and out. No worries. Hello to Kelly. Good morning to her as well. Every time I see Endstone, I think desert. Nope, almost noon. I was up till 5 a.m. Oh my goodness. Firestar, what were you doing up so early? I would say late, but it was early in the morning. Music volume is good. Excellent. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. So I actually slept in today-ish. I woke up 3 times this morning, but I forced myself to go back to sleep each time. So I actually slept in until about almost 6 o'clock, which for me is, monumental. Anyone who knows me knows that I cannot sleep past like 3 to save my soul. So that was a big deal today. I was very excited. Oh, you had prom. How did it go? Did you see the April Fool's update from Minecraft? Okay, so I saw it on Reddit. I did not get a chance to go on with having to sit at the laundromat yesterday. It ate up most of my free time yesterday. And so I didn't get to go on, but I was seeing pictures and a lot of it looked really funny. I saw that they had like a whole moon thing and like cheese blocks and like I saw all this random stuff. It looked really funny. And honestly, though, I have to concur with what I saw on Reddit in that I wish Mojang would put so much effort into the updates as they do into the April Fool's stuff. Like, come on, folks. I'm sure you have, like, a department that works solely on April Fools, but let's put that towards the updates so that we can get them out faster and they're more, like, more inclusive to what people want. You can eat the cheese blocks, which means you can make half slabs with cheese blocks. Oh, cool. Yeah, I saw that. They had like corner stairs and half slabs and all that. It was really cool. Being on mobile, I don't get to play with the April Fool's updates. Oh, that's a bummer. I only went to the after prom and it was good. So you didn't go to the actual like dance part. You went to the party afterwards. Is that correct? Excuse me, Enderman. I'm trying to work. Do you mind? Thank you. Alrighty, so let's see here. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll have to go through and we'll have to go into a creative world to make our Endermen and figure out how tall they're going to be. Because once we figure out how tall they're going to be, then we can figure out where our rings are going to go, our platform rings. And then we can start with the building. Until we get that figured out and like figure out the design of them, I can't really progress too much on the actual like structure of things because I don't want to have the scale be all messed up and have to like rip things up. I would be really ticked off. Correct. No date equals no point for me to go to the dance. I mean, yes and no. I'm a firm believer in like people going as a group and just having a good time together. I think that's honestly the best way to do like high school dances. That's just me, but whatever. My theory is the April Fool's update was a teaser of features yet to come. There are loads of new features in that snapshot that Java players would flip if they brought into vanilla, like movable tile entities. Yeah, well, I mean, hello. Corner stairs and half slabs, like, come on. Stuff like that, vertical slabs. These are things people have been asking for ages. So if they would bring them into the game, it would be game changing, especially for builders. You can do all that stuff with mods, but to have it in vanilla would be amazing because like I could incorporate that into my hardcore world and it would make my hardcore builds so much more incredible. And things like being able to do stairs with end stone instead of having to make end brick and then do the stairs. Like, come on. Because sometimes I just want that speckly, like, little cobble roof kind of thing going on with the end stone. I'm just saying. Been focusing on my solo world lately. How's that coming along, Zoe? Have you done any big builds lately? I know you were working on the server builds the last time I talked to you. Did you know that mobile is keeping offhand from Bedrock? How do you mean? I'm confused by that statement. Granted, not surprising. I'm usually confused by a lot of statements. All right, let's continue with this. Once we run out of our end stone, then we'll go mine some more of that. My solo world has been going well. My mob farm is good, and I have an ender. Nice. Both things that are very important. Planning on making my your mega base. Okay. Do you have a theme in mind for your mega base yet, or are you just planning on doing a mega base and design to be determined? I have to go help clean the house. Well, have fun, Firestar. I hope you get a little breakfast in you, and I hope the rest of your Sunday goes well. Thanks for popping in, and thank you for helping out with the housework on behalf of your parents. All right, so we got to get this ring made up because I almost overshot it by a bit. So let's get the ring placed here. Enderman, don't you make me look at you. I'm working. Rude. Mobile, when you click the screen, it uses main hand no matter where you click. This is keeping offhand from Bedrock. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm caught up now. It's going to be an X shape, and the more closer it gets to the other end inwards, it gets taller. Oh, interesting. And yes, the project is going well. Lots of endstone. When I got to the end today, I thought I had brought shulkers of endstone back from the house. I did not. So I'm like, okay, the question is, do I go back to the house and go get endstone, or do I just start grinding out the outer perimeter that I'm going to be getting rid of anyway and save myself the back and forth and, you know, kill two birds? So I decided, let's be efficient and let's just kill two birds. So that's what we did today. We started mining away a little bit around the edge. Don't want to look at them, but over there I mined away. And I figure it's all got to get done eventually, so I might as well repurpose the stone into this and save myself the trouble and time later. And so now I got to do the perimeter, because this is the very edge of our ring, of course. Oh, and for those folks who have just come in, I'm going to very quickly do this. Here is our new skin for our fire and water project. She's very fancy. I just wanted to show you guys. I'm going to put everything back on. It makes me very nervous to... Okay, I thought I heard one. I think it was just me putting on the armor. Anyway, so she's very fancy for the new project, which I'm very excited about. All right, I propose they add split screen, so one half does one hand and the other side does offhand. Well, that'd be interesting. Also have mending and unbreaking villagers. I mean, pretty much once you have mending and unbreaking, you're good to go. You know, because those things make a huge difference in terms of gameplay. All right, so let's go back to the grind. Let's clear out some more of the stone. I thought I noticed a new skin, but I didn't want to ask and be wrong. No, you are absolutely correct. This is the skin that has inspired the changes that I've made to our palette for this project. You guys know I was struggling trying to figure out the palette, and I saw it on Pinterest while I was looking for Minecraft Fire and Water is what I searched, because I was just like, I need to get a good palette. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, yes, that's what we're doing. And I thought, hey, what better than to have a skin that reflects our project? Looks really cool. And good morning, Lollipoppin'. Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Glad to see you. And all right, so question of the day. As it is Self-Care Sunday, what one thing have you done in the last week for yourself that can be considered self-care? I personally will attest that I struggle with self-care because I'm very much the kind of person who wants to take care of others before myself, and so to sit and do self-care for me is actually difficult. But this week I played block game a lot because, again, my neck was bugging me and I couldn't really do a whole lot physically around the house or anything like that, so I did block game, which was absolutely good mental health therapy for me. You guys all know this is one of my mental health support methods is playing block game. And What else did I do? I got a couple workouts in this week, which was really nice. As part of our housing renovations, we've basically been moving rooms around. So rooms that were in one place are now in another place, and that includes our home gym. It's now in a different space than it was before. And so the gym is finally set up, and I was able to get in and do a workout in our home gym, which was really nice. And yeah, that was definitely good self-care because my body needed that. I needed that time to like push myself a little bit and kind of feel the burn, so to speak. Zoe went for a walk. That's awesome. I got jump scared by the achievement for giving someone a diamond. Nice. Let little man's old babysitter take him out for ice cream and gave me a few hours to myself. Wolf, that is 100% like fantastic self-care for a parent. I love my kids. I love spending time with them. But when they were little like that, just to have a few minutes of unadulterated me time was such a gift. Because as a parent, you spend so much of your time and energy being focused on someone else and not yourself. So to just have that time of it just being you is monumental to your mental health. All right, let's go ahead and break all this and then we'll hop down and get rid of, or we'll pick them all up. Those and let's get rid of that. I'm doing it this way in the hopes that I can make it somewhat safe to get around. Let's just do this. Why not? Let's just shear this all off because we're already kind of there. So let's just do it. And do that. Okay, there we go. No. This is why I hate mining near the edge of the block because I always do things like that. Oof. Breaking my ankles. It's fine. Didn't feel a thing. All right, let's pick up all these blocks that we dropped. Do a little mining away while we're here. It was much needed and I kind of forgot how nice it was. Yeah, you know, and that too, you get so in the zone of being a parent that you kind of forget that you still matter as a person. Like not just mom or dad or grandparent or aunt or uncle or whatever your title is as a caregiver. It can be really easy to lose yourself. That's something I did a lot. And I still do to this day. I tend to throw myself into whatever role I'm in at that moment. And I forget that I'm still a person independently of that. And it's something that I'm working on. It's a lot that I'm working on. I'm by no means a perfect person. And every day I learn something new about myself in terms of things I can work on. There is plenty, believe me. Okay, let's clear. This is just a single row, so let's clear this. And no, give me that block. That's my block. Thank you. I've been drinking more water. I noticed that of the winter, I've been drinking more soft drinks than is healthy. Now that is a fantastic self-care as well. Good hydration is important, and it does a lot in terms of better health. Because it supports your immune system, makes your skin healthier and your hair healthier, and obviously your body functions better if it's hydrated because it's meant to be. You know, you're like 80% water, so when you dry yourself out, it's like a sponge. It doesn't clean as well. Your body doesn't function as well if you don't have good hydration. So that is a fantastic self-care, and one I highly support. And speaking of which, we haven't had a drink in a while, so we should probably do that. Let's take a pause and let's have a drink. We seriously were separated at birth, even if they were 7 years apart. Yep. Body's 87% water, so you need water. Exactly. And cheers to all of you. Let's have some hydration here. Very important to take care of ourselves. Alrighty. So where are we with blocks? Okay, we still need some more blocks. So let's keep working on clearing. I want to start clearing over here a little bit more. And Waster Wart, thank you for the stretch. Oh, speaking of that self-care. Oh, that felt nice. Drinking coffee right now, but I love water. And yes, the stretching is definitely important as well. Wholeheartedly concur on that. That is something that I need to get back into doing. I used to do yoga pretty regularly. If not every day, then at least every other day. And it's something that I really miss doing. That's time that I spent, checking in with my body and my mind as far as like how my mental health was doing and, just making that connection with myself. And that's definitely something that I want to get back into doing on a regular basis again. So starting next week, once the kids are back in school, because they're on spring break right now, once the kids are back in school and I have a better idea of what my day-to-day schedule is going to look like again, I will be sitting down and making a physical wellness calendar for myself. Basically, saying, okay, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is my weightlifting days. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday is cardio. Saturday is my martial arts class, so I don't do an extra workout that day. And making sure to plan in time for yoga as well, because that's something that, like I said, I need to start doing pretty much every day, even if just 15 to 20 minutes. Start off the day with a nice, sun salutation, or a little, mindfulness meditation, whatever. Just something to just check in and start the day off right. Because that's something that I haven't been doing, and I notice the difference. When you get into the habit of doing it and then you stop, you're like, oh man, I need to get back to that. So that's definitely something I'm going to do, as well as doing my meal planning again. That's something that I have gotten away from over the last few years. I like to have my meals like pre-planned the day before, or even the week before if able. Just so that way I know, like, okay, on this day I'm having this for breakfast, and this day I'm having this for lunch, and I can get all the food prepped ahead of time, sometimes even pre-cooked, depending on what it is, which is nice, because then you literally just grab the container, heat it up, and go. It cuts down on the potential of, oh, I could just go get something from XYZ place. If you have it right there in the fridge, you're much more inclined to eat healthy. And so that's something that I'm going to be working on again. I started doing it, kind of scraping the surface, but I haven't gone full tilt. I'm not allowed to do yoga. My foam sword fighting friends didn't appreciate how flexible I was getting, which is fair. I'm pretty limber without yoga. Well, yoga isn't just about flexibility. That's definitely a great plus to it, for sure. But it's, like I said, it's that mind-body connection. It's checking in with yourself and focusing on your breathing and kind of being able to tune out the outside world. It's something that I struggle with a lot. I tend to just have, a constant running activity loop in my head, and yoga is a great way to kind of quiet that a little bit. It also helps with the anxiety and my overall tension that I suffer a lot from. Just found a bunch of deep slate coal ore with diamond deep slate ore. Nice. Good job, Zoe. That is a great find. You still meditate. Well, that's good. Meditation is great. That's something I wish more people would get into, honestly, because, again, that whole mind-body connection thing is really important. And, just setting a goal for yourself for the day and just being like, okay, today I'm going to do this. I'm going to go out and I'm going to walk a mile today. 15 to 20 minutes of your day. It's not that much. Most people can carve that out for themselves, even on a busy day. And just getting that fresh air and sunshine can make a big difference to your mental health. The extra vitamin D is really good for immune system support and things like that. So, there's a lot of benefits to something like that. All right, let's drop off the obby and the wall, and then we'll go back and we'll get those pieces that I just left behind. I'm not looking at you guys. I'm not looking at you. Calm down. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not looking at you. All right, let's pause real quick. Polarberry, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Not caught a stream in ages. That's okay, because we're always here. And as people can come and go, we're always glad to see them. And it's like, that friend that you've had for 20 years, and you might only catch up once or twice a year, but you pick right up where you left off. And that's what we like to do here. We pick up right where we left off, and we check in and spend a little time together, and then, all right, I got to go do life stuff now. Okay, bye. That's what we do here. And that's what I like. There's no expectation that you have to be a regular viewer or regular chatter. Come and go as you like. You like walking with your friends. Yes, walking with friends is nice. I like the solitary time, but it's nice if you have a partner to walk with or a group of people to walk with. That's nice as well, because it does help pass the time a little bit. If you can get a conversation going, or you can you can pick a topic and everybody can kind of have their time to speak and stuff like that. It's great. Alrighty. So that's some good answers, actually. The question of the day, if you guys didn't catch it, or if you haven't yet answered, was what one thing have you done this last week to self-care, like to take care of yourself? because self-care is important. It is Self-Care Sunday today. So not only do I want to see everybody do a little self-care today, it's nice to check in and see what kind of stuff you've done for yourself throughout the week as well. I don't know the convo, but I prefer to be alone just with music and my own thoughts. And that's okay. Again, that's a form of self-care. If that's what brings you joy and makes you happy and helps you kind of get through your day, is that, peace and quiet, then by all means, knock yourself out. I'm a strong proponent of taking care of yourself. I acknowledge that I'm horrible at it myself, but I do always encourage my loved ones to do it, and I encourage all of you to do it because it's good. It's good to take care of ourselves. Being mindful of our diet, being mindful of our water intake, being mindful of our flexibility and just general movement. Get up and move around. If you work at a job or if you're a student where you have to spend a lot of your day sitting down, make a point of moving yourself around as much as possible. It gets really easy to be really sedentary really quick, especially if it's kind of a required thing in your day. And Sam, welcome in, my friend. It has been a hot minute, and I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Hope all is going well in your neck of the woods. And that this is absolutely the way. Yes. Get yourself up and moving, folks. It's good for the body, the mind, and the soul. Asify, welcome into the community. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Glad to have you. Feel free to jump in the chat and start talking with folks, or just lurk, listen, and watch. Whatever you're comfortable with is just fine by us. We're just glad you're here and hope you're having a great day. All right, so as soon as we finish this little section here, we'll head up, we'll place some more of these blocks, because where are we right now? Oh yeah, we're getting close to being full anyway, so this is a perfect spot to go up and start placing. So let's continue on this little corner. I hope I can get this last little corner. Let's see, we have 12. Yes, we should be able to finish this part. I'm not going to worry about the platform that I'm standing on right now. We'll clear that off next. I'm sorry for not being around quite as much this week. It's just been crazy. Star, my friend, you have been so busy, and you have so much life stuff going on between you and Ryan. Believe me, no hard feelings. Take care of yourself, take care of life, get everything situated. Like I said, we're always going to be here, and as you're able to pop in and out, we're just glad to see you. But that does bear the question, Star, because I know it's been a busy week for you. What have you done to take care of yourself? Have you taken care of yourself? It's so easy to put ourselves aside and focus on others and focus on the busyness and everything else. Just happy to be able to lurk today while we move stuff. Yes, that's what I like. I like streams where I can put them on in the background and just kind of keep doing the life stuff as I'm listening. I don't necessarily feel the need to like interact with the chat or interact with the streamer. I can just enjoy the conversation and the flow of things. That's what I like. It's good. I got a good shower last night. I don't know if that counts. You know what? If you felt good after it and you felt like it brought you something positive, that's all that matters. Self-care can be small, it can be large. It just depends on how it makes you feel. And Levi, welcome in. Good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I hope you've caffeinated. Top of the morning to you. I'm going to take this opportunity to take a little drink, a little self-care. All right, so let's go ahead and keep placing. Okay, seriously, it's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? I'm gonna be placing blocks in all the wrong places. Yep, see, just like that. Exactly. Random question. What's it called when you make a custom biome by hand terraforming? I don't know. I need an answer though. Do feel better from it, so that's a win. So there you go. That is self-care. And Levi, I reject your first and substitute my own. Yes, Levi arrives precisely when he's meant to, and he always takes first place when he does. So Levi, have you been up all night and you're just like calling it a night now, or did you sleep? Block, seriously, you're killing me. You're just killing me. Yeah, terrified. I was going to say, I would just call it terraforming. Is there a special name for it if you're doing it by hand versus like letting the game do it? Okay. Okay, so I was I was confused by what you were saying. So so the random question, what's it called when you make a custom biome by hand? That would be question mark, terraforming question mark. See, I read that as like one whole question, and that's what threw me. I was like, wait, what? I'm confused. Is there a special name? But yes, terraforming is what you call it when you're creating a biome or a structure by hand using the terrain versus just like building blocks. So that's what we're doing. We are terraforming. We're creating a platform to build our mosaic on. Yeah, you forgot a question mark. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Like I said, it just threw me off because I was like a little confused by the way, like the flow and the syntax of the question. I was like, wait. It was a lot of braining. And as we all know, it's too early in the morning for that on a Sunday. I'm going to need some more caffeine before we do that much braining, okay? You've just been working. Okay, well, Levi, I'm glad you're here. I hope there's some coffee in your near future or at least a really good nap. Aragon, welcome in. Good morning. You guys need some yummy brownies or granola bars? I got you. I brought some for all of you. I also brought me. Well, so Aragon, we're glad you're here. Thank you for bringing snacks for the whole class. It's always nice when you do that. Juice boxes are in the fridge if anybody needs them. My brain does not brain. Yes, no, braining is hard. I don't recommend braining. It's a lot of effort. All right, seriously, blocks? Let's have a little discussion here. This is not working for me. Many blocks, many blocks. Where's the whiskey? Well, Sam, it's a little early for the day for me for today, but it's what? It's lunchtime-ish for you, so go for it. That's the great thing about being a grown-up. You can do it whenever you want, I guess. Forget what society says. All right, let's put that here. It's 7 p.m. here, so my brain is shutting down. I can respect that. I've come to realize that for me, because my brain wants to start the day so early, regardless of when I go to bed, it makes more sense it makes more sense to not fight that and to just go to bed a little earlier. So I found that 9 p.m. is like the sweet spot for me. I can stay up late enough to get stuff done after dinner. My body's natural circadian rhythm is starting to shift to sleep mode right around like 8:30. So if I kind of go with that and rather than fight it, I tend to fall asleep really easily. I sleep more consistently through the night without like waking up and having to like settle myself again. And when I wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I've gotten at least 6 hours of sleep, which is not great, but it's better than 4. So, you know, I found that helps. And I do tend to be able to sleep later if I follow my body's natural rhythms, like going to bed about 9 o'clock. So it works. I get teased all the time for going to bed so early, but you know what? When you get to my age, you gotta do what you gotta do just so you can sleep. After raising 3 kids, my brain has forgotten how to sleep, and so I'm having to retrain it. Use quartz pillars and warp blocks to make an aquatic drowned forest. Ooh, Wasterwar, that sounds really cool. If you hit ! Discord in the chat, that'll take you to our community Discord. We have a build channel, and I would love to see pictures of that if you don't mind sharing. That sounds really, really cool, and I would love to see it. Terra is short for terrain, and form means to shape, so terraform literally means to shape the terrain. Thank you, Levi. I appreciate that. You went to bed at 2 a.m. last night. Y'all staying up till the wee hours of the morning. I just can't even. I think the last time I did that, oh my God, when was the last time I did that? I can't remember when the last time was I stayed up past midnight intentionally. Probably New Year's, because I stayed up till midnight to ring in the new year, and then I promptly went to sleep. I was probably asleep by I think I was asleep by 1 a.m. that day. But yeah, that was a struggle. I had to nap during the day just to be able to stay up. So bad. Sometimes I go to bed at 4 a.m. Oh, don't talk about ages. It makes me feel old since I'm older than you. You are by a little bit, Sam. Just a little bit. But age is just a suggestion as far as I'm concerned, because I've met 30-year-olds who are really old, and I've met 70-year-olds who are really young. So, age is nothing but a state of mind. And if you feel the age you are, well, then that's the age you are. But if you feel younger or older, then that's what you're working with. I feel perpetually like a kid. So I like to think that I will be a very young 70-year-old. Once I did not go to bed until 7 a.m. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, no. So the last time I stayed up more than 24 hours was when kid 3 had appendicitis and we ended up in the emergency room and then surgery the next morning. I was up for 30 hours straight that day. And that was brutal. I did not do well with that. It took me about 3 or 4 days to recover, to where my brain kind of was functioning normally again. I was full on in like exhaustion mode. It was not nice. Do not recommend it. You know what we haven't had in a while? Levi, what have we not had in a while? I'm kind of scared, honestly. I'm going to pause. Pause for dramatic effect. What have we not done, Levi? Oh, Levi, you're right. We haven't done that in a while. All right. So we are going to do this. I'm not going to turn on the yoga music because I don't want to have to reset my playlist. So I'm just going to pause the music. And thank you, Levi, for that. All right. So we're going to kick off our moment of Zen. Okay. For those of you who are new, the moment of Zen is a moment where we just check in with ourselves. We refocus ourselves into a calmer state of mind. I think it's good self-care, but it's also just good community care because it just gives everybody a chance to kind of like catch their breath and check in. And thank you, Ashwar, for the pictures posted. I will check that out right after stream. All right, so everybody, if you're listening, this is our moment of Zen. I'd like you all to just close your eyes, set down your cup. We'll set down your cup before you close your eyes because otherwise you'll drop it and then we have a mess. No puddles, okay? So set down your cup and just take a few minutes to just breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And each time you draw a breath in, focus on filling your lungs as full as they can go, their complete capacity, and hold it for just a count or two before you release. And really focus on pressing all the air out of your lungs to where you're completely relieved of that breath. Just doing that a few times over and over can do a lot to help center yourself, calm yourself, bring your heart rate down, bring your blood pressure down. Thank you, Levi. Lucky for you, I can't hear that. So after you've taken a few of those cleansing breaths, turn your thoughts inward. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Don't pay attention to anything else that you see on the screen or on the chat. And just take a minute to check in with yourself. Where are you at today mentally? Is today a happy day for you? Is it a sad day? Are you feeling thoughtful or inquisitive? Are you anxious? Are you scared? Are you angry? What are you feeling? Take a moment to just acknowledge that feeling. It's okay to feel all those things or none of them, but acknowledge it and think to yourself, am I okay with this state of mind? Is this something that I'm comfortable continuing past this moment? Or do you need to let it go? Do you need to redirect it? Do you need to give it up? If that's the case, think of a way to change the state of mind that you're in right now. If you're scared about something, figure out what you're scared of and see if you can change that. See if you can block it. See if you can find a way to push it away. If you're anxious about something, maybe the state of the world, I know I am, turn off the TV, put down the social media, whatever you need to do so you're not seeing it constantly and you're not keeping it in the forefront of your mind. Whatever it is you're dealing with, do a little self-evaluation and figure out, how can I correct this? Now, if you're lucky enough to be in a happy state of mind right now, that's excellent. I want you to focus on how you can keep yourself there. What made you happy today? Was it just looking outside and seeing a bird in a tree? Was it hearing the sound of your mom cooking breakfast? What was that brought you that happy state of mind? And then find a way to keep yourself there. Is it self-care? Is it exercise? Is it eating in Levi's case? Whatever you need to do. Take time for yourself. Keep the happy going or find a way to make the happy happen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folks, is your moment of Zen. Thank you for your patience while we did that. I know there's people who are probably watching right now going, what the actual heck was that? I showed up for Minecraft, and I got some hippy-dippy garbage, okay? But that's what we do here, folks. Moment of Zen is a great little break to just focus inward, because a lot of us tend to focus on what's happening around us, and that creates anxiety, creates tension, creates hostility. And sometimes it's nice to just go, you know what am I feeling? What do I need to work on right now? What can I work on right now? Because that's sometimes the more important question is, can I fix this right now? Or is it out of my hands? And it's okay to acknowledge that. How do you fix the voices in your head? Well, Zoe, if you're being serious in your question, I would say get some good mental health support. Find a therapist or a doctor who you can talk to about that. If you're just making light, I say embrace them and have conversations with them. They're there. Constant company. It's fine. And we all need some Zen Star. Zen is something that we can all use more of. Like I said, it's that checking in mind, body, and soul, and getting everything aligned. A lot of times we tend to focus on just the physical because we work out or we eat good, or we just focus on the mental and not the physical. And so it's important to check all the boxes for a complete wellness. I struggle with that immensely. I am the first to admit it. I by no means do well with that, but it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that and give yourself something to work on. I have insomnia and chronic nightmares. How I combat it is my cat is sort of like an anchor of reality. Her presence reminds me it's a dream. Also, it's so nice to snuggle next to her. Aragon, that is fantastic. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having what I call a lovey. Something to like just hold on to and just center yourself onto. And if it's a living being, wonderful, because then you're absorbing that calming energy from them. Purring, there's something about a cat purring that's so soothing. I remember when I was little, I had cats when I was a kid, and it was the same thing. I would just lay there and just put my hand on them and just feel that vibration and hear them purr, and it was so soothing. Free your mind, let your soul unwind. Exactly. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let it go. How many black backpacks can a black backpack bag if a black backpack can bag black backpack? That's a good question. But I love the backpacks in the game, and I wish they would add them. I have auditory hallucinations, LOL. Also, I'm making my mega base in a test world I'm in. Oh, cool. All right. And yeah, auditory hallucinations, like I said, good mental health support, a good doctor, both important. Yes, Watch Your War, when you get enough points, you can make a quote out of that. We actually have a channel point redemption. Oh, that's not what I want to do, but hey, since we're here, let's just take a peek. I'm kind of curious what we've got here. Wow, I've taken a lot of damage. Holy cow. Okay, this is just random stuff. 31,000 mob kills. Wow. I wonder if they count passive mobs in that. Normally it's just random sounds that are not there. Ah, gotcha. 700 away. You'll be there in no time, probably by next stream. Shulker box is open. 22,000 shulker boxes. Shulker box is cleaned? You can clean a shulker box? How did I not know this? Does someone know how to do this? How do we clean a shulker box? Like soap and water? Or like, what does this mean, people? See, there's always something new in this world. Time slept in a bed, 3,222. So we've pretty much slept most nights in this game. That's interesting. All right, mobs. I don't want mobs. I want items. Let's see. How many blocks have we mined? Picked up, times used, times crafted, times mined. We've only mined 9,000 cobble. There's no way. There is no way. 13,000 deep slate. No, that can't be true. I reject that. Hold on, we got to scroll through some more. Where's the stone? There's got to be more. 25,000 moss blocks, but only 9,000 cobble. I reject this number. I think the game is skewed. And a dog named Milo. Okay, so Aragon, I need you to tell me what color you would like your dog to have, and we will work on getting that for you. Wash the color off with water-filled cauldron. Do you just like drop it in there? Like seriously, is this a legit thing? You clean the color off in a cauldron. So like you fill a cauldron with water and you Q drop the shulker in there. Seriously. Okay, I may have to fly home just to do this. Orange like Milo fur. Okay. Oh, you click. Oh, you click it. Oh, okay. Okay. We have to do this. 15,000 oak leaves. Where is the stone? I need to find stone. Where is it? I don't know where stone is. It's got to be a big number, though. 15,000 grass. Oh, like a water bottle. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to be doing this. Lots of orange terracotta. That sounds about right. 18,000 gravel. Okay, I'd believe that. I don't have that much. I don't know where it all went. 19,000 spruce leaves. Mining stone without silk touch yields cobble, but is mining stone. Okay, so that's why I need to find the actual stone and see. 14,000 glass. Yeah, that tracks. That definitely tracks. 116,000 grass blocks. Good Lord. Just empty a shulker box. Well, I've done that many times, so that didn't give me the advancement. So I think it's, I'm going to test out the cobble thing, or the cauldron thing. So where is it? We must find stone. Hey, there it is. 239,000 stone. Okay, so that answers my question. I was very curious. All right, so let's finish placing these blocks. We'll go back to the house and we will go name Milo. We may have to find a Milo. I don't know if we have any, although we do have 2 dogs downstairs. We have Lulu and Poseidon. So we might have to breed them and get a puppy. And then we will have Milo. Milo will join the family as soon as we finish doing this. All right. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but for everybody who's just lurking and watching the stream today, I want you to know that you are seen, you are important, you are valid, and you are very welcome today. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. We love our lurkers here, and I want you to know that we are glad that you are here. And even if you're not chatting today, that's all right. Please know that your presence is important and that you are cared for, and just glad you're here. All right, let's go ahead and finish this. If that Enderman walks underneath me while I'm placing these blocks, I'm gonna be so mad. It's tripping me out seeing my arm as I'm mining because it's different color than I'm used to. The mod of lurking is here for you. Yes, we have our very own mod of lurking. So for all of our regular lurkers, we have a special one just for you. Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go because that Enderman's all cranky. Fine. I'm gonna fly away. And then we're gonna go back. Oh yeah, this is gonna take forever. This whole section, look at how big this is out here. Look at that extension out over here. That's gonna take forever. And I gotta figure out how we're gonna have our spawn platform. We gotta clear all this out right here. We got a lot to do. We have a lot to do here. That's all right. We'll get it all done. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it all done. And yes, so Thursday, I was so mad. I didn't find out about this until after I had canceled the stream, but Thursday was the Mod Love Day here on Twitch. And so I did give a little shout out to the mod team on the Discord. I want to make sure that they were acknowledged and celebrated, but I want to say it again. All the love to the mod team here. We have a pretty small mod team. We have KT, Star, Levi, and Horse, and they're all fantastic moderators. They do a great job of making sure the community is safe and that our vibe is maintained here. And they're also just amazing folks, and they're all IRL friends of mine, and I'm honored to know them and have them in my life. So big shout out, all the mod love. If you have that emote, please throw it up in the chat and let them see how much they are supported and loved and cared for by the whole community, because they are amazing folks. Milo stays with Emery. She loved trees and napping in the flower garden and food. Okay, so Milo and Emery need to live together up on the mountain is what you're telling me, because we can do that. We can absolutely get the puppy transported up there. Should work out just fine like we did before. Yes, okay. Bad choices, really. We love our moderators. Our moderators are amazing. There was a whole thing, it was like a contest where you could submit a video about like your moderators and stuff. And I'm like, as lovely of an idea as that is, how how do you express that? Like in terms of like making a video of, other than just, oh my God, my mod team's so great. I love them. Here's who they are. Like how would you do that? I mean, other than like just taking clips of chat or something like that, or if you had videos of like games where your mods were playing, I don't know, like how would you do that? I don't know. All right, we are home. We are gonna work on getting a puppy dog. Hello, DC. All right, let's see here. We need bones so we can breed the puppies. And, oh, we needed orange for the collar. Right back at you. What am I looking for? Orange. We have orange somewhere. Here we go. I put all of the rest of the orange dye over at the end. Community mod build, appreciation build. That would be a lot of fun, actually. I would love to get their skins and make statues of them in the world. That would actually be a lot of fun. So mods, in the mod chat, if you guys can send me a copy, like send me a screenshot of your skin, both front and back. Sorry for not responding earlier. Still working on stuff. Star, my friend, you don't have to apologize. I promise. It's all good. I know you're busy. I'm just glad that you're here and able to lurk today. All right, banners, carpet. Here we go. So we're going to throw a couple of carpet down there. And so we have cyan and orange. That'll go really great together. Do you have any flowering azalea? I do. Would you like me to throw some flowering azalea up there? Because we can do that. We can throw some on the mountain if you'd like. I'm totally good with that. Get a little bone meal. Yes, please. All right, you got it. I will throw a little bit of flowering azalea up there as well. And, you know, let's go ahead and I want to grab some little lanterns. And I'm going to grab some oak fence posts. And we're just going to put some little fence posts hanging lantern type thing. Just because I think that'll be really cute. Just a few. All right, we're going to do a little project. Any too tall flowers. Doesn't horse have a nude skin? He does. He has other skins as well. Not all of them family friendly. But I'm sure we could find one in his arsenal that would work. Let's see here. All right, so pink flowers. So we've got a few peonies. And we've got a couple of lilacs. And then we've got roses, because those are all of our too tall flowers. So we're going to call it there. Let's go downstairs and let's breed up a little puppy. And we will take it with us to the mountain. All right, so you come over here. And you come over here. Oh, wait, no, we have to breed them with, not bones, hello. I'm thinking of the... how to tame them. We need beef to feed them so that way they can breed. I know what I'm doing, I swear. Let's see. Here we go. We got steak. Here we go, puppies. I'm getting them cooked steak. Does it have to be cooked or does it have to be raw? I don't remember. I literally have not bred dogs like in a hot minute. Oh, hold on. I have to do the thing. I can bring you over here. Okay, come on. Lulu. Come on, come over here with Poseidon. Come on. Oh, does Poseidon need to be standing up too? Oh, there we go. That's why. Okay. Puppy! It's Milo! Okay. Milo. No, Milo. Sit. Milo's like, I'm out. Bye. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Oh, we forgot the name tag. We got to go get a name tag for Milo. We're going to push Lulu back over to her seat. Okay, Lulu, come on over here. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Back on your carpet. Come on. Lulu, come on. Get. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. We're good. Do you have any moss? I do. But again, we're going to stop with the decorations for that for today, just because otherwise we're going to spend the entire time decorating the mountain. We'll have to do that. And remember, we're going to go back later and we're going to completely overhaul this mountain. It's going to be like Mount Fuji over there. So we gotta not do too much decor for the time being, because otherwise we're going to get rid of it all anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a name tag right here. One little name tag for little Milo. Cute name for a dog, by the way. No, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. And let's remove this. We got Milo. Apparently I grabbed the crafting table unintentionally. It's all right. What are you gonna do? It happens. All right, back downstairs. And puppy. There we go. It's Milo pup. Hello, Milo, with your giant head. Can we dye you right now? Okay, I think, yep, Milo has an orange collar now. There we go. All right, so I'm going to, we're going to do this. We're going to go outside. Open the gate. He should come outside, right? Okay, yep, there he is. Okay, he's going to, no, don't, where are you going? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to fly away. He should land up here. I hope he lands. Oh, puppy, please don't die. Please don't die. I will be very sad if you die. Okay, puppy. Are you here? Puppy! It worked! Yay. Okay. So let's see here. So we're going to do this. We're going to break away some of this. Okay, Emery, you're going to go over here. Like so. Okay. Oh, there's a chicken. I'm like, what the heck is bouncing around outside the window? That freaked me out. I'm like, what the actual heck is that? It's a chicken. All right, so now we're going to take Milo and put Milo inside. Such a good little pup. Come on. Okay. Okay, you come in here with me. Come in here, Milo. Come on. Come on, Milo. In the house. Milo, get in the house. Milo's like, no, I'm going to stand here in the corner. Come on. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. Let's come this way. Come on. This dog. Legit. Okay. No, 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 no. Doggy. Doggy, come back. Come on. Come inside. Come inside the house. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dog's like, no, I refuse. I'm not coming in the house. Where are they? They actually have to... Come on. That's fine. That works. Dog. Sit. Thank you. Okay. Such a dog. Like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so there you go. Our Milo and our Emery are in the house. Milo has his head in the wall. It's great. YS aiming. What is the best anime? Okay, so in all honesty, I am not an anime fan. I have nothing against anime. I think it's lovely. I just am not a follower of anime, nor do I like read any, watch any, whatever. I think the best anime is whatever brings you joy. It's Demon Slayer. Okay, then there you go. If you think it's Demon Slayer, then it's Demon Slayer. Good on ya. All right, we're gonna put that here. Let's put a lantern right there. And we're gonna put a lantern like right here. There we go. Okay, a little lantern there. To be fair, IRL Milo loves the outdoors. Well, that's good. Okay, now obviously we've started a fight. So feel free to drop whatever you think is the best anime in the chat. Again, I have no preference because I don't watch anime or read anime or anything like that. But by all means, share your thoughts in the chat. And we'll put one right there. Okay. And then we're going to put some lanterns kind of leading down over this way on the path. Right here is fine, I think. And that'll do. Black Flamingo, welcome into the chat. For you and YS Aiming, feel free to continue talking with folks about anime or other. It's up to you. Or just lurk, listen, and watch. Whatever you're comfortable with is fine by us. We just hope you're having a great day and glad to have you here in the chat. And a little lantern right there. And a little lantern here. You don't watch anime either. Yeah, like I said, I have no issue with anime. It's just not something that I am into. Whatever brings you joy, folks. That's all that matters. Whatever brings you joy. All right, so we said we were going to do some flowering azaleas here. So let's go ahead and throw a couple of those down. I wonder if one will grow here. This is a test. I don't know if this will grow because it's like the side of the mountain. No, it's like, no, I don't think so. What we build in here. Okay, so at the moment, we're working on a little pet house that this was a viewer redemption request here. So a viewer requested Milo and Emery. Hold on. There's Milo. Okay, Milo and Emery and their little pet house up here on the top of the mountain. This is Mount Tarragon. And so we're just zhuzhing up the mountain a little bit right now. But we are normally working on our end project, which is a big giant dragon yin-yang mosaic. It's about 130 blocks in diameter. And then we're going to be building big giant Enderman statues that are holding all 20 portals around the perimeter and things like that. So it's going to be very cool. And Necrom Sable, welcome into the chat as well. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Feel free to keep talking with folks about anime or otherwise, or just lurk, listen, and watch. Whatever makes you comfortable is just fine by us. We're just glad you're here and hope you're having a great day. And yeah, like I said, I know nothing about anime, so my thoughts on this are pretty irrelevant, to be quite honest. Let me cut this down. It's almost time to sleep. Hello, I know I put that in my inventory. Thank you. Let's cut that down. And we've got this one over here I want to get rid of as well. It's almost time to sleep, so we're going to go back to the house and go sleep, and then we'll come over here and do some more. Pets in the Mountain are all named by Aragon, yes. All right, let's go to the house. Man, you've been in the end so long, I forgot you had an overworld. I know, we've been there for a minute. We've been working a lot over there. There is so much more to do, so much more grind to do on that project, but we'll get there. It'll just take a bit. I think what'll happen is we'll just hit this point where all of a sudden all the grind will be done and we'll just be building. That's kind of what happened with our Santa Ignia, our Mesa Village build project. We had so much like early build, just grind to prep everything, and then all of a sudden it was just buildings throwing up all over the place. It was amazing. All right, let's go ahead and drop this stuff away because we're done here. We've got some sticks and wood to put away as well. That's over here. Extra oak, always useful because there's always a build project to do, you know. Always, always. Okay, let's go ahead and put the steaks away. We don't need any more of those because the doggies have been bred, fed, and replaced. These storage are great looking. Might steal that from my own world. Hey, knock yourself out. I am a firm believer in gaining inspiration from other people's builds. I always say don't copy it directly, and if you do, make sure you give credit to the original person you stole it from, because it's important to give credit where credit's due. All right, so let's see here. Put those away. All right, now we'll head back up the mountain. We'll grow a few more azaleas and we'll do our flowers and things like that. And the mountain is looking quite nice. Oh, I put the azaleas away. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to do flowers right now. It's fine. That does look really cute, though. I do like the azaleas up there. That looks really nice. So that's a good idea. Aragon, I like that. All right, flower. And can I do one right here? Pig, you're now in the window. Congratulations, you live there now. I'm not even sorry. That's what you get. Just gonna plant flowers kind of all over the place here. Can I get down to do over there? Maybe this way? Maybe one up on the front of the mountain. Let's see here. Because we have the other ones to do too. Okay, flower there. That's good. And then we'll do a peony here. I'm just doing like a random placement of flowers. There is no rhyme or reason to any of this. Because I very rarely plot out things like this. It's just too much effort, and I can't be bothered. Ooh, almost landed right off the edge there. It's fine, I can fly. Not that I'll react fast enough to do so, but I can if I want. Let's see, we'll put you underneath the tree. Sheep. I need to place a flower over there. Could you move? Thanks. Oof. As I was saying. Oh, look, we got some more roses right there. Let's just go steal these ones. These don't fit the vibe right here, so I'm just going to steal these. It's fine. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Did we pick them all up? No, there's one down here. Let's grab that one. Soon that pig will be named Snackery. Love it. Like Zachary, but snack. Okay, flower there. And let's come back up this way. I'm going to put a flower right here. We'll go do a flyby and we'll let you check this out, okay? That way you can decide if you like it. I'm going to drop this right down here. See, it's a good thing I have wings because I almost just fell off the edge of the mountain again. It's fine. I won't die, I promise. Not that way anyway. I'm going to die doing something really stupid. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and fly and we'll take a peek. Oh, and you know what we need to do? We haven't done this in a minute. We need to turn on the shaders. We need to see the mountain in all of its shader glory. All right, so here you go. We're going to swoop around. We're going to take a quick picture of Mount Tarragon. There we go. Anyone played Minecraft Story Mode? Oh, not in a hot minute. I actually found that disc the other day. I was going through and organizing, and I was like, oh, look, I still have that disc for my Xbox. Nope, I missed. I was trying to land there. Okay, that looks really cute, though. We need to get rid of the sign that says Mount Tarragon right there. It's kind of throwing off the build. We need to put that further down or something. But I think it looks really cute. I like it. Feather Falling 4 is good up to like 40 blocks. I think just putting that out there. Oh yeah, no, I've tested that out a time or two. Oops. Fine, nothing to see here. All right, let's see. Well, that was disappointing. Oh well. All right, let's turn those shaders back off again. Can't wait for the update. Mount Tarragon will soon wait the word kawaii, and it's looking so awesome right now. I love it. All right. I like that it's all sheared off right here. We could have built that out, but I kind of like that it's all sheared away. It looks really cool. All right, so task done. Story mode is on Netflix right now. What? Oh, I made it. Yay. Okay, let's go put away this little bit of sapling and flour, and then we'll go ahead and head back to the end, and we'll do some more grinding there. Red flowers away, sapling away. I don't know why I'm carrying these torches. There's no reason for it. Okay, I think we'll take a quick trip to the Enderman farm when we get there, just to recharge our pick and to make sure our elytra is all fused up and ready to go. Story mode interactive thing is fun. Oh, there's a story mode interactive. Interesting. Wolf Cutie Cub, welcome into the community. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Feel free to jump in the chat and start talking with folks, or just lurk, listen, and watch. Whatever works for you is just fine with us. We just hope you're having a good day. You played season 1 on Netflix, never made it to the season 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know there was interactive stuff on Netflix like that. The more you know. Icelander, good morning to you. Welcome into the chat. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. And yes, thank you, Star, for all the new folks who've popped in today, whether you're just kind of lurking and kind of watching stream a little bit, or if you've joined the community officially. Feel free to check that ! Discord link that Star just threw down in the chat. Great way to check out what's going on outside of stream and get updates on stream. I post pictures from the hardcore world there. People can post build pictures. They can discuss Minecraft, discuss IRL stuff. We have tons of channels for all sorts of stuff. We have travel channel, we have pet channel, we have memes, we have photos, we have recipes, we have all sorts of stuff. It's great. And CybridX, welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Welcome to the community, and thank you for the follow. Feel free to jump in the chat and start talking, or just lurk, listen, and watch if that's more your vibe. We're just glad you're here and hope you're having a good one. And to go back to Watch the Wars question, what's your favorite way to dispatch a mob? Mine's riptiding through a phantom during a rainstorm. Absolutely hilarious. That would take some skill, honestly. I would be impressed to see that. Not that I doubt you. I would just be very impressed to see that. I like the classic. I like the sword. I like just whoosh, slicing through and just murdering everybody all at once. It's great. Hi, Icelander, complain about getting old. Yeah. Should I build my mega base in the end like the last world I had? Well, Zoe, here's the thing. If you liked your mega base being in the end, then I say yes. If you feel like you need a change, then find somewhere else to build it. You could do it under the ocean. You could do it in the nether. You could do it in the overworld, but make it look like the end. You have lots of options. The trick is to wait for them to start a dive. Ah, good to know. I would change it up because why not? Yeah, see, me, I would change it. I would do something different. Only because I tend to, I freely admit, I tend to get into a build style, like kind of get locked into a build style. And that's something that we've been doing more and more on this world, is I've been trying to change it up and do new things. And so yeah, change it up, do something different now and then. All right, Enderman, I'm gonna require all of your little green bubbles, please. Thank you. Last world I had my storage and it was like 150 blocks long. That is a substantial storage. I've been thinking lately about expanding the storage at our home base and doing like an auto sorter type thing for just like our build blocks. So like, you know, dirt, grass, stone, sand, things like that. Just because it would be nice when I have like shulkers full of stuff to be able to just throw a shulker over a hopper and have it drain out and not have to do the work of, you know, open, close, transfer, transfer, put in chest. You know, like I don't want to have to deal with that. So, oh my God, that scared me. But yeah, I personally would go ahead and do something different. Alrighty, so back out we go. We're gonna go start working on cutting away smart. So guys, oh my gosh, like looking at it from this perspective, you can see the edge of our green platform there, okay? Everything around, like, I mean the whole end island, but like everything around the edges initially is gonna have to get removed. God. Can you say Discord stream, boys and girls? I know you can. But yeah, it's going to be a bit. Let's see, you know what? I want to do this thing. I want to get rid of this because we no longer use this. And there's really no need to keep it all here. Let's grab all that. So let's take this. Give. Thank you. We are going to move this. We're just going to set up a little spot right underneath our portal. Or not right underneath the portal, right next to our portal. And just have it all right there. Because there's no reason for me to have to go back and forth. This is all going to get removed anyway at some point. So we might as well just do this now. It's fine. Explosive may be necessary. I know. I hate to do that, though, because they're so unpredictable and uncontrollable. I mean, you can do the math and figure out what your blast radius is and everything like that. But, oh, knowing me, I would screw something up so bad. It makes me nervous. I don't like the idea of using TNT on this project. Many before me have done it by hand. I'm not opposed to the grind, and honestly, you guys know I love clearing blocks, so it may be something where I grind away off stream periodically, or I will do a Discord stream. We can just kind of sit and talk while I grind. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think I'm out of inventory space. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm just not picking up the blocks. It's fine. Explosives are fun. I know people really dig the explosives. And I do have a pretty good creeper farm now. So there's the potential that we could make some substantial TNT. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Dangerous but fun, yeah. Maybe for the lower aspects, so like underneath all this, I might do TNT just because it's pretty far away. We'll see. Minecraft hardcore, but an extra life costs 100 levels. Yeah, that's one way to go about things. That could definitely be a thing. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll put these out here. And we're just going to go ahead and place all the stuff in here for right now. Because I may end up using this stuff in the long run. Where did the other ones? Oh, I know where these are. They're up on the shulkers up top. I was like, wait a minute, we're missing stuff. But no, we're not. They are up above. All right, so let's get out of here. Hello? The Enderman's like, I'm going to live up here now. This is my house. Thank you very much. All right, so let's come on up and around. Try not to look at any Enderman while we do so. I always hate when they're like right there when I zoom around. All right, so in here, we have stuff to go downstairs. We're going to move all that downstairs. This is all the build project stuff, which now we might be changing up. We'll see. May I share an idea I had for shulker boxes? Of course, please feel free. I put a shulker with my ender chest in, and the ender chest then broke the ender chest that contained the shulker. Okay. That sounds interesting and odd. Oh, there's pearls. I'm like, what is on the ground here? It's pearls. Because dead Enderman. Deaderman. That was weird. I don't know. I just work here, people. I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and put... Yeah, we'll put the obby right here. Why not? We're going to have a bunch of obby, but we can put it here for right now. Let's go ahead and put these here. And actually, we're going to have a lot more of that, too. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go out to this side. We're going to continue mining away this side as much as possible. Denderman, yes. We're going to keep mining away this corner, see if we make some more progress, and we want to get that circle filled in as soon as possible. We're already almost at the 2-hour mark for stream, so we're not going to be able to finish today, but I do want to get a good chunk of the circle done. That was very much my goal for the day, was to get that circle done. It's not going to happen, but I'm going to do the best I can. All right. So, we have had a ton of new folks come in since start of stream. Hello. Our question of the day is, what is one thing that you have done in the last week that is self-care? It could be maybe you went out and got a cup of coffee and just sat and enjoyed sipping on it. Maybe you worked out, maybe you got a manicure or went to the spa or something like that. But what is one thing that you've done that can be considered self-care in the last week? We're very big on self-care in this community, whether it's mental health self-care or if it's physical self-care, spiritual self-care, whatever. We're very big on it here, and we always like to encourage people to do so. We have what we call Self-Care Sunday. It's a channel on our Discord where you can share what you've done, which can often inspire others to do things for themselves as well, which is always nice. All right, so we're just going to do this, start cutting away this section here. And I don't know how far I'm going to go. I haven't decided. I'm just like randomly cutting away this stuff. I don't even care. We just need blocks. And since we got to clear this all away anyway, we might as well use it. Breakfast by myself, just sit at the counter and enjoy some coffee and eggs. See, now that's the kind of stuff I'm down for. I just like that little bit of quiet quality time with myself. That's always nice. The idea is upgradable shulker boxes with the 2 levels first. First level is surround a shulker box in diamond blocks to get a shulker with double chest worth of space. Second is from level 1 with netherite ingot to make it fireproof. I would be down for that. That's the kind of stuff that I like. Things like that in the game are great. All right, so we're going on to the next layer here. Oh, apparently I missed a block somewhere right there. I see it. We're gonna go pick that up because no block left behind. All blocks are sacred. Every once in a while I'm like, not you. You can die. You're fine. I don't need you. All blocks are sacred until I decide that it's not worth it. Which when we're dealing with the end, that happens quite a bit. Because I'm like, no, I'm not going into the void for that. Sorry. It's just an end stone. I don't need it that bad. I can get limitless amounts of end stone just by going out to the far islands if I need to. Expensive, but you definitely get rewarded for doing it. Oh yeah, no, I would be totally down for like a double chest worth of storage in a shulker. That'd be amazing. It would make exploring and looting so much easier. Netherrack is not. No, Netherrack's, well, I mean, let's be real though. The end is so large and you can reset chunks. So at some point, it's basically infinite, depending on how you play the game. And I mean, yes, while you might make it to the end of the nether, there's so much netherrack that could anyone ever actually use it all up? I mean, honestly. There's netherrack everywhere. Yeah, I mean, netherrack's everywhere. Ugh. All right, speaking of self-care, it's time for a little stretch check here because the neck is not happy right now. That's usually what happens, though, when I'm streaming. The neck starts getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And before you know it, can't move my head. What? Are you mad at me or are you mad at the Endermite? Okay, you're mad at the Endermite. You just scared the crap out of me, dude. Don't do that. Even netherrack in the overworld. Yes, there is netherrack in the overworld. Ruined portals. There's usually a pretty good amount there. At least a couple of stacks at every portal. You just got to mine down and get it. Some have more than others. All right. Next row. How many blocks do we have? Okay, we have a fair bit. We need to get rid of those the Eyes of Ender that I have there. Let's come down here real quick to the edge of this. And we're going to put those right here. We're going to do that and just drop those over the edge because we don't need those and they need to go away. Up, up, up and away. All right, so that freed up a bit of space. We're going to put the other 3 shulkers up underneath the pillar, or up underneath the platform that we're making, just like we did with the other chests, because we don't need those right now. And those shulkers have our concrete and concrete powder. We will be using it just in a different way than I had originally planned. I had just planned originally on doing the whole thing. Sable, thank you so much for the 100 bits, and enjoy the Baby Shark, everybody. KT's like, yay, someone else played Baby Shark. I wish I could hear it. It really annoys me that that bug exists right now. I have to find out if they've ever fixed it. No sound, no. Oh, did you guys not get any sound? Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, that is definitely a problem. So give me a minute. My apologies. Please don't anyone play anything else. Why did we not get sound at all? You know what? You can't hear it either. So, you know, Levi mentioned that about some of the channel points. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so nothing played for sound alerts. Okay, so that's a problem, folks. Let me log into Sound Alerts dashboard real quick. We need to shut that off. Okay. Necrom Sable, my apologies for that. I did not know that it was not working at all. So let me just shut everybody off. And let's see here. I'm just gonna completely pause Sound Alerts right now because I don't want anyone else to waste their bits. I apologize for that. I hate when people waste their bits. That's a bummer. So I will be troubleshooting that after stream. Let me make myself legally binding note, by the way, the pink sticky notes. Let's see here. Sound Alerts is broken again. We'll figure that out. Yes, blame Levi, exclamation mark, blame Levi. It's all Levi's fault, 100%. Always Levi's fault. Let me see here. Okay. So give me one sec while I'm in this screen. Let me take a peek over here. Okay. Is it wasting bits if you just want to support the streamer? Technically, no. But I feel bad. So I have this thing about the financial side of streaming, because for me, streaming is not a financial necessity. I don't use it to pay the bills. It's something that I do just for me time, and it's a casual situation. And so when people just give me money for things like tips or just random donations, it makes me uncomfortable. Because I'm of the mindset that things like bits and, you know, like for sound redemptions or things like that, or like if you're gifting subs to the community, like there's a benefit to you as a streamer. KT, there is no way in heck I'm going to read all that. Oh, God. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, though. Okay, did the TTS play at all? Or no? Nope. Oh, see, now I'm mad. Okay, so no more bits, everybody. No more bits. Let me turn off bits. But you got it out there. Well, thank you, KT. I appreciate it. But please, everybody, save your bits. Oh, gosh. Bucko Man, thank you for the 100 bits. Again, please, guys, save your bits. With things not working, I feel awkward doing that. But it did kick off a hype train, which thank you to everybody who contributed to that. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. But yeah, my thought is this, is if you're getting something back, whether it's, you know, if you sub, you get no ads. Or if you gift a sub, then that person who got the gifted sub gets no ads. So that's nice. You know, you get something in return for that. But when people just kind of just give me money in terms of like bits and stuff, it feels kind of weird. Like if this was my main source of employment, that would be different, but it's not. I had to start a hype train since you said not to. Well, I appreciate the generosity. That's very kind of you. Not necessary, but I do appreciate it. Don't fall. Don't fall. Okay, now we're going to drop down and get all these blocks. Try not to smack my face on the wall. I'm going to have the rocket in my hand just in case I do something stupid and walk off the edge. Not that I would ever do anything like that. All right, there we go. And, oh, I see a block floating over here. That's good. Okay, that's everybody. Up we go. Let's go back up to the platform and keep filling in here. We're in the home stretch. We got like a quarter of it left, I think. Maybe a little bit less. I'm going to finish this circle though. That for sure I'm going to do. I'm going to finish the circle because I want to make sure that we have an edge to go up against so I don't actually accidentally overshoot it and start putting blocks unnecessarily, because that's just not efficient. Then you got to break them down and yeah. Wasted time, wasted durability. Can't be bothered. Y'all know I love my efficiency. All right. That's fine. Yeah, calm down. Go get your endermite. Leave me alone. I'm trying to build here. Oh, no, that one's bad. Get that out of there. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Across this way. All right. And all the placement here. Love it. I love when we get a long stretch where I can just place and not have to worry about it. I'm getting more and more excited about this project. Now that I've been starting to get some ideas flowing, it's definitely helping me stay motivated and engaged in getting the work done. Because if you've been here since Santa Ignia, you guys know that I start to get burned out really fast on these mega projects if it's super grindy, which this one is, obviously. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast when you're working with the End Island. There's a lot of endstone to have to get rid of. And since I don't want to do a TNT duper and destroy it that way, it's going to be a lot of digging. Don't you look at me. Yeah, go after your little buggy over there. Leave me alone. This guy, though. This guy. Oh, no, that's what I'm talking about. Hit a little stride. Get yourself going. It's good. All right, and then this one. Need to come right there, I think. Yep. All right, so that should be it. Let's fly up. We should have the whole circle complete now. Yes, we have the circle complete. All right, now we just got to fill in the circle. It's a random block of cobble. It's going to bug me. This is not okay. This has to go. Thank you. Is circle. Yes, we has circle. That is good because now we know where to stop when we're filling outward. All right, so how much do we have? Okay, so we're going to finish the end stone we have here, and that's where we're going to call it for the day. Next stream potentially will be Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, just like always, provided that nothing else crops up in the meantime. Very welcome in. Haven't seen you in a hot minute, but glad to have you. And Nikaron Sable, welcome into the community officially. Thank you so much for the follow. Glad to have you. If you haven't already, folks, or anyone who's new today, hit !Discord and check out our community Discord. It's a great way to hang out and just stay in the loop about what's going on with the community. Thank you, KT. I appreciate that. And Var, we're actually going to be on for a little bit longer. I have some more blocks to place, and I would say another probably 15, 20 minutes. We got time. We got time to sit and chill and chat. You can catch us up on how you've been since the last time you were at stream. Or, if you'd like, you can answer the question of the day, which is, what is one thing you've done to do self-care this week? Because it is Self-Care Sunday, and we like to make sure people are doing the self-care. It's very important. There we go. It has been a bit. Yes, I think at least a month or two since you were here last. And let's see here. Wow, guys. The hype train is complete. Thank you so much to everybody who contributed to that. It's very kind and generous as always. Much appreciated. Never expected. Oh, I went too far. Ugh. I'm big on self-care. When my viewers tell me they have to miss a stream, my mantra for them is life comes first. Absolutely. No, and that's something that's very important to mention and for people to bear in mind is, you know, as much as your presence is appreciated in stream and the folks of the community are glad to see you and that you matter to the folks in the community, don't feel like you're going to disappoint the streamer or the community if you're not there, because we all understand that life happens and sometimes you got to just do what needs to be done, and that's totally fine. You know, that's one thing I really like about this community is everyone kind of looks out for each other, and it's like, hey, we haven't seen this one person in a while. What are they up to? You know, has anyone talked to them or heard from them or anything like that? And so it's nice that, you know, we have a community where people they care about the other community members and they want to make sure that they're doing okay. And if someone's having a rough day, there's always someone who's around who's like, hey, you know, I've had that, and you know, I've had that issue, and it, you know, this is what I did, or hey, I've lived through that, and I'm just here if you need someone to talk to that understands. And that's what I love. That's what I love about our community. And sometimes streamer needs to take their own advice. It's true. KT is absolutely correct. I'm the worst about doing that. Because I do feel like I'm disappointing people when I don't do stream, because a lot of people, I don't want to say people rely on stream, but I know a lot of people look forward to it because it is a chance to just hang out and talk with people in the community and get that social interaction that maybe they're missing out on IRL for whatever reason. And so I do feel a little bad when I don't host stream, but I do recognize that I have to take care of myself, and you know, it is what it is. Try to make up for it another day and maybe run a little longer on the next stream or whatever. For self-care, I got a blood glucose meter yesterday. I don't have diabetes, I think, but my trainer said I should take readings first thing in the morning for a week to help improve the diet accuracy. Yeah, I mean, if you're under if you're training with someone and they've suggested it, other than the fact that it pokes you, it's not anything detrimental to you, that, you know, checking your blood sugar once or twice a week or even, you know, for a week straight is not going to hurt you long term. So, hey, if it helps you out in improving your health, then good on you. Self-care can be hard, but little things go a long way. Exactly. Getting a good hot shower and just having that time to, you know, scrub your hair or your body or whatever is really important and really good for you mentally. So even something small can really make a big difference. All right. Whoop. Give me that one back, please. Thank you. There we go. All the virtual hugs to all the streamers out there. You are appreciated. Well, thank you, KT, on behalf of all the streamers. You know, being a streamer is something that has been a big boost for me in terms of mental health and in terms of just giving me something to. It gives me something to be that isn't a wife and a mom. This is something I do for myself. And so it has become a part of my identity, but in a positive way. And it's nice to have this time where I can just be me and play my block game and just chat with folks and just kind of have a casual kind of back and forth. Like it's great for me because I'm very introverted, and so I struggle with that kind of stuff. This doesn't affect me kind of the same way as if I went to a party or I went to, went out with friends or whatever. I can totally do this and go downstairs and have lunch and hang out with my family and be good to go. I don't feel poorly afterwards, which is really nice. It's great. Minecraft Mom isn't alone. Practice what you preach can be hard. Yeah, sleep is one of the hardest things, I think. My schedule is less than ideal, even though I tell viewers how important sleep is all the time. Yeah, exactly. Having to practice what you preach can be really difficult. But it's a good way to... It's a good way to keep yourself in check. When you have your community do something, it's a great way to keep yourself in check because you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely something I should be considering and doing as well. All right, so let's see here. Oh, that's the one we haven't raided into in a hot minute. Our friend Viking Pilot is streaming right now. So we're gonna raid over to Viking stream. So if you guys can join us for the raid, check out our !raid command. Copy paste that, put it in the chat when we arrive over at Viking stream, show him all the mom love, take him some cookies and some hugs. Viking is a fantastic streamer, pretty high energy, but can have some chill days as well. So I don't know what he's doing right now, but if you can hang out, Viking's a great streamer. He's got a pretty big community compared to ours. He's in the Dominion SMP. He was in Deceit SMP, I think. No, I don't think he was in Deceit, but Dominion SMP. He's playing on something called Gilded SMP. He has his own SMP called Pleasantcraft SMP. All fantastic SMPs that he's playing on that are great. Some lore-based, some not. But either way, great stream to go watch. So if you can hang out, I highly recommend it. Thank you to everybody who tuned in today. All the new folks, welcome. We're glad to have you. Real quickly, !Discord in the chat. Check out the community Discord. It's a great way to keep talking after stream. I'm off to go have some lunch and some coffee because Lord knows Mama needs it. And to get busy on more house stuff. I hope you guys have a wonderful start to your week. Go out and do something kind for someone. And I will catch you on the next stream. Bye-bye.